let's get into it. Before we kick off this video, I want to give a special thank you to Acer of America for sending this out to me. This is the Predator Gaming, the Helios 700. And I never, ever in my wildest dreams would have ever thought that I would be able to work with such a company. This is just amazing when I look at the progression of my career as a content creator to be able to work with such a reputable brand. It is absolutely amazing. And yes, I'm doing an unboxing in a different area in my house. I'm doing this in my living room because I've got a counter that actually works incredibly well for doing unboxings. And I want to have a different type of presentation. I want to make this look nice. You know what I mean? I want to make it look sexy. And we're definitely going to do this. So with that being said, in this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing setup of the Acer Predator Helios 700. We're going to set it up, look at it, put it through its paces, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts and impressions. Before we do that, I'm Mekel, Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, host of Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast. I stream every single week on twitch.tv/Mekel Kasanova, so catch me over there. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, ding the notification bell, that way you stay up to date on all the latest greatest content that comes from this channel. So if you're ready to do it, I'm ready to do it. Let's go ahead and get into the unboxing of this amazing computer. All right, so from here, we're just gonna go ahead and cut into the box. Man, it's been years since I've done an unboxing, video review on a laptop, so hopefully, you guys still got it. But let's go ahead and get this open. Got the top, as you can see here, and then we just what else we got in here? Got a book. Got the car brick. Let's go ahead and see what all is in here. So one of the things we have here, we've got keycaps that we can swap out for the WASD. Let's see. I believe this is what helps us pull off the keys here. That's dope. And let's see. We got another one. I think this might be a different color. Not too sure. Let's check it out. Ooh, yeah. So this is actually for the, your arrow keys. So that's dope. And then, last but not least, the AC adapter part. Keep in mind, this is a massive brick. Like this, you can knock somebody out with this. Moving on over to the front, we have this, which gives us all the different information that we need for the setup guide. Got your book, quick setup guide. You've got additional tools if you need. And another quick start guide with stickers. So, yeah, this is cool. And I like this. It's a premium service. Give them a call or go to the website. And now we are here for what you all came to see. The computer itself. So, let's go ahead and get it out. Is there anything else? No, there's nothing else in it. Check that out. That's dope. And booyah. Actually, there we go. You can see the top of it. Look at that. This thing is gorgeous. This is a huge computer at 17 inches. Let's look at some of the I/O in the back. So you got your power input, you got your display port, you got ventilation on the back here. On the sides, you've got your Ethernet input, two USB 3.0s, microphone input, and headphone input here. On this side over here, you've got another USB 3.0, HDMI out, 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, and a Kensington lock. So, this is the front. Let's go ahead and open this up. In opening this up, this is what it looks like. So let's peel this one off here. And there is a beautiful computer. So when it comes to trying to find a gaming laptop, it's really difficult to figure out what it is specifically that you do need, because there's so many things, so many different variables you have to look out for. One of the things you have to worry about is, okay, is this going to be the right screen size? Do you want anywhere from a 13-inch all the way up to a 17 or a 19-inch gaming laptop? Do you want it to be thin? And with it being thin, is it able to maintain its sense of coolness, or is it going to be burning to the touch? Do you want it to have a variety of I/O ports, or do you want just the bare minimum? And the most important of it all, how much RAM and what type of graphics card is in it. Now with the Acer Predator Helios 700, one of the things with this is it's got a phenomenal graphics card. It's got the NVIDIA RTX 27 Super built into it. It also has a 10th generation Core i7 processor, along with 16 gigs of 2,933 hertz memory, which is incredibly fast. It's got 2 additional Thunderbolt 3 ports for additional expandability, along with the latest Killer Double Shot Pro, which allows it to have one of the fastest Wi-Fi cards out there, with Wi-Fi 6 AX1650i, as well as Ethernet E3100G. Now this is fast, so if you're using a direct input, hardline in, or if you're using Wi-Fi, guaranteed you're going to be getting the fastest connection, either wireless or hardline in. Then let's talk about the keyboard. You've got MagTech mechanical keys as well as racing keys. This right here is an absolute beast. There is absolutely nothing you can throw at this that it won't be able to handle. If you want to do CAD, if you want to do video editing, photo editing, gaming, audio engineering, podcasting, it doesn't matter. Anything you want to do with this laptop, you can do, and do it phenomenally well. Being able to play games like Outriders, Doom, Eternal, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, running at 144 hertz at 1080p is just absolutely a blessing. Like, just being able to look at that, because look, I'm a Twitch type of gamer. Like, when it comes to playing shooters, I'm over here like, like I'm just all over the place, like with quick responses, and being able to have a monitor to be able to keep up with me and not feel like I'm being hindered with 60 frames per second. Man, absolutely love it. Now I want to go back to talking about the cooling system on the computer itself, because I think it's very, very important, because when it comes to, like I said, when it comes to gaming laptops, the one thing about them is traditionally they run incredibly hot. Now with the Helios 700, it's got an amazing cooling system with a hyperdrift keyboard, which now when you slide out the keyboard, you have additional fans to keep this unit cool, as well as the 4th generation Aeroblade 3D technology, which is the 2 fans you'll see. And they basically, when they kick into gear, you can't hear anything. Now it may be a downside for some people, how loud those fans kick in. But if I had to choose between the fans being loud and being able to game without worrying that my computer is going to overheat itself, I'll take the fans being loud. And that fan kicks in, especially when I go here. We going to the moon, baby. You want to be able to use your computer at its maximum capacity without fear of overheating. Because let's just be honest. It's one thing if something overheats and malfunctions in a desktop, you can easily take it and either take it back to wherever you bought it and get a replacement, or get it fixed or serviced, go to Geek Squad or something like that. Or if you're really a tinkerer and you know how to build computers, you can fix it yourself. When it comes to laptops, those components are a lot more of a hassle trying to replace. Sometimes you can't even replace them at all, and you have to go through manufacturer warranty. So being able to have a cooling system that allows you to just keep it running smoothly, I'll take that any day of the week. It's not even a question. I'll take that any day of the week. Now, talking about the hyperdrift keyboard, and it's a function where you can pull it out, and basically it allows a greater air intake, like I said, to keep the computer cooler, but it also allows it to get more of a, put some additional distance between you
and the computer. And also, in many ways, it's a lot more ergonomic. Like for me, I play MMOs, I play shooters. And one thing I like is being able to have a little bit of distance. So if I place this on the surface and I want to sit back a little bit and I've already pulled out the keyboard, I've just made it drift a little bit out, then I'm already at the most ergonomical place that I can be with this computer. And I don't have to worry about it. I can have my mouse further out. I can be sitting at a distance and not feel like I'm cramped up and I've got to be hunched over the computer. I absolutely love it. It's just, man, I wish there were more computers that had this type of functionality. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the newer models that are going to be coming out this year, the ones that were announced at CES 2021. I'm excited to see what all different, advantages and newer takes on this type of functionality that they're going to have, because I would really love to see what they're going to do with it. So one of the things I really want to talk about now is the MagForce keys, also known as the racing keys, with the WASD having mechanical switches in them. Because one of the things with this that separates it from other types of keys on a laptop or just a gaming keyboard in general is the fact that these keys, they can function similar to an analog stick. And when I say that is they're very pressure based. So the more force I put on them, the more it's going to be similar to like an analog stick moving around. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're looking for that precision versus just pressing a key and it's just like boom, 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 then this is what you're going to want. This is going to be very pressure sensitive. You increase the pressure for precise control over your character or your car's speed. So you're playing something, say you're playing Forza Horizon 4, or you're playing Forza 7, just know that you've got complete control over your car without feeling like, oh, I'm going to be making a hard turn. No, gradually put some pressure on it, and you're going to be steering the way that you actually want to be steering. Now, when it comes to the display, look, I'm sorry, 144 hertz, once you've got 144 hertz, so, anything over 60 is near impossible to go back. I'm just saying, that's just how it is. I've gotten to this point now where when it comes to utilizing higher refresh monitors, it's just an experience. Once you've gone to that, that's why it makes it so hard for me to go back to playing console games, especially when it comes to playing games on the Switch, because, variable refresh rates or mini games being locked at 30 frames per second, well, you can get that higher refresh rate, man, it's an experience. So with this, you're able to enjoy an incredible 144 hertz frame rate, utilizing also NVIDIA G-Sync in full HD for frames that are seamless, fluid, and they just don't tear at all. It's tear free. So when I say tear free, like the motion is lifelike. Now, when it comes to talking about the Killer Double Shot Pro wireless and Ethernet built-in card, what I want to talk about that is how it really allows for you to have the lowest latency possible. So when I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 online, when I'm running some dungeons, I don't have to worry about my connection dropping and I get penalized because, hey, I can't maintain the wireless speed like I do on other laptops where it can't maintain the same as hardline in. So I'm able to play without worry about dropping connection. Same thing if I'm playing Call of Duty or if I'm playing Outriders, or even better yet, I think the best genre to talk about when it comes to this is not only shooters, but also fighting games. So I play a lot of fighting games. I play like King of Fighters, Street Fighter, Tekken, Soul Calibur, and the like. And honestly, those are games where, and I'm very grateful the majority of these games have rollback netcode, but with these games, your inputs have to be precise. You have to have a solid connection if you're going to be playing online, because if play a multiplayer game, especially a fighting game with someone who has a bad connection, or if you got a bad connection, it's not a fun experience. This right here, when I'm playing matches online in Tekken and Soul Calibur and Street Fighter 5 and King of Fighters 14, 13, 2002 Unlimited match, yes, I play a lot of King of Fighters. I never have to worry about my connection at all. And what's more is this laptop can deliver up to 2.5 gigabits per second of throughput for flawless multimedia experiences and blazing fast downloads. I personally, out here in Hawaii, the highest internet speed that we can get is 1 gig down. I have a gig plan at my house, and just trust and believe, I'm getting almost all of that full 1 gig in download capability. My uploads are fairly good too, in the upper hundreds. So yeah, this wireless and Ethernet card, It's freaking awesome. Now let's talk about the DTS X Ultra sound card that's on here too, which provides you some of the most great accuracy for direction, sound placement, improved externalization, good directionality, even for stereo contents. And the audio specifically for certain things such as game genres, since we're on the topic of gaming, for RPGs, shooters, fighting games, and more, racers included, they sound the way they're meant to be heard. And that's very important. Now, I want to talk about the PredatorSense software that comes with this computer that at the touch of a button pops up and you have access to being able to overclock your computer. You can set your fans. You can set the colors for the RGB on the computer, the keys, how it's going to react to the key colors. You can do different things. You can set up your hotkeys because there's 3 hotkeys on the keyboard that you can personalize as you want, and you can also set app control for the computer running a specific way with certain apps such as XSplit, OBS, your various video games, and the like. Now, it's literally you press the button, boom, it's instantaneously popping up, and you can just go through it. I love how easy it is to just get in there and tinker around versus have to hit the Windows button, go to settings, options, and go and tinker and all that. You literally just press the PredatorSense icon on the key, which is right above the 10 key, and boom, there you are. Now, here we are. I've done a lot of praising for this laptop. I do need to talk about some of the downsides because this laptop, for all of its great features, it does have several parts which are not as great. And we'll go ahead and dive into that because they're not a lot, but they're ones that you may want to consider. And I'll kick it off with saying that the speakers on this computer are not the greatest. They're not, many ways, they kind of sound a little tinny. They could be a lot better, but it kind of is what it is. Laptop speakers aren't generally the best when it comes to audio anyway. This is better than most. It's better than any of the Razer laptops I've ever had, but still, it is tinny sounding overall. Next thing I want to talk about is the fact that there are no dedicated buttons for volume control, for mute, lower and raising of volume, and you're literally stuck using the directional keys along with function to be able to change the volume up, down, or mute it. I would have liked to have had dedicated buttons or a rotary dial on the side or something to be able to control the volume. It is disappointing that right there is not there. And the other thing too is it took me a while to figure out where exactly it is on the computer because it wasn't really obvious, at least to me it wasn't. Other thing I want to talk about that is a bit of a downside that I really don't care for with this is the fact that when it comes to the webcam and the mic on the webcam, this is the AVerMedia 313 webcam, 1080p 60 frames per second. This is a solid webcam with a microphone that's pretty good overall. I would have liked some of the features that are in this webcam to be built into that laptop. And I understand that, gaming laptops, they notoriously don't have good webcams, let alone good audio on the built-in microphone. So I wouldn't expect much. If you're doing Zoom calls, it's fine. But if you're trying to do a lot of professional level of recording, I would definitely say look elsewhere because this is not it, Chief. This is really not it. The microphone itself sounds very muddled and, very much like a webcam microphone. It's not great. So if you can use a USB mic or if you can get an XLR mic with an audio interface, definitely go ahead and do that because that's not really it's there. I'm grateful it's there, but yeah. So this is what the webcam on this Acer Predator Helios 700 is like. It is not that great. I'll be completely honest with you. It is probably one of the... It's a typical
a typical webcam on a computer. I wouldn't expect much if you're just trying to do meetings, Skype calls, Discord calls, stuff like that. It's fine. I would highly recommend either, getting a, I don't know, webcam or DSLR and the microphone. This is the quality of the microphone. As you can hear, like picking up everything in my background, including the dog that's barking. There's a lot of noise in the video, and as far as like the settings, you can pretty much do 1080p at 30 frames per second. It cannot go higher than 30 frames per second. And I'm also very certain it's picking up the fans on the computer itself. So I would definitely suggest going with a different type of video and audio interface, like if just webcam or headset with a mic or a USB mic. It's probably picking up the wind because it's windy out here in Hawaii. But yeah, it's serviceable. It gets the job done, but it's not anything to write home at. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, that's generally my thoughts on the Acer Predator Helios 700. Phenomenal laptop. A few things that could have been better, but nothing that holds it away from greatness. Overall, solid computer. If you're looking to get a gaming laptop, honestly, this needs to be the one that you're looking at getting. And I can literally do everything with this gaming laptop that I can do with my desktop. The only difference is the laptop has 16 gigs of RAM. The desktop has 64 gigs of RAM, but I'm still able to record, edit, render, do all kinds of different things from video and photo editing. I can game on it and more. It's literally a portable desktop. The battery life, I can't complain. I know a lot of people wish it had the, like a 10 or 12 hour battery life, 15-hour battery life. But when you look at what all is in this, come on now. 2.5 to 3 hours is fairly good for a gaming laptop on its own. But yeah, that's it. It's a solid buy. Definitely one that I would say go out and get. I would love to see what the newer models are like with the RTX 30 series cards. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So that's it. And that is my review for the Acer Predator Helios 700. This is, man, I absolutely love this laptop. There's just literally nothing that I have not been able to throw at this thing. Like I said, this entire video has been edited and rendered on this very machine. This thing, for a gaming laptop, I'm very impressed with the battery life on it. The performance is second to none, runs cool to the touch. Yeah, it gets loud. Like when you kick the fans on, it does get really loud. So that is one thing to look at. If you're in an area where you just, you want to get your gaming in, but, you're conscientious about loudness, well, this is going to get loud if you're going to kick all the fans in. But at the very least, with this, you don't ever have to worry about this computer ever overheating, which is not something I can say for many other gaming laptops, or really if any of them. But yeah, that's my thoughts and impressions of this. Again, shout out to Acer and Predator Gaming for sending this over to me. What do you guys think? Do you have the Acer Predator Helios 700? Is this a gaming laptop you're looking at picking up? Are there any alternatives that you're interested in? Whatever your thoughts are, let's get the conversation going down below in the comment section. If you want to take the conversation further, we do have Discord, so hop in the Discord community where you'll meet other content creators, people in the gaming industry, tech industry, content creators, celebrities, and so much more, as well as other people who just generally enjoy content that I put out. And if you haven't already, you've gotten this far, make sure you sub to the channel, ding the notification bell, that way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. If you're looking for streams, I do stream every single week on twitch.tv/Mekel so catch me over there. And if you're looking for a new podcast to check out, I do host Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast, where I do interview people in the gaming industry, tech industry, content creators, celebrities, voice actors, and so much more. So check it out, available on every major podcasting outlet. So with that being said, I'm Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, signing out. I'm going to be doing some more gaming, editing, and more with this beast. So I catch you on the next one. Deuces wild, too sweet, be the elite. Man, it's a beautiful background. Fatal Fury all day. King of Fighters 15. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Mahalo for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate your support by those of you who like the videos, who watch and who subscribe. And for those of you who are my Patreon supporters, thank you for your continued support because you help make this possible. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support what we do have Patreon on patreon.com/Mekel Kasanova. We also have Coffee as well as Subscribestar. So there's various methods if you want to support the work that we do here. We also have membership, so make sure you check that out. That way you get up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes here, and first and exclusive content as well. And if you enjoy the work that I do and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So with that being said, Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. I hope to see you on the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell. And all that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.